I don't know where to begin. The Curse of Chucky. First of all, what curse? Where was the curse at? A curse is something supernatural. I didn't see any curse. Don Mancini probably slapped that title on there because it sounds scary. There was no curse. This movie was a piece of shit with peanuts in it. I did not like it at all. There were a few little nooks and crannies that the Michael Myers fanatic did appreciate. The opening was kinda creepy, and the end of the movie, where he was doing the voodoo chant, even though he messed up the words. Brad Dourif, the Michael Myers fanatic, has nothing but respect for you, but he's got some advice. Learn your lines. You should have learned the way the chant goes. You've been saying the chant since 1988, and you fucked it up horribly in this movie. You didn't say it right at all. You messed it up. That was the best part of the franchise, to me. It's like Jason and the K Ma Ma Ma. They ruined that in the later movies. The movie opens up with a mysterious package coming to some girl named Nica, played by Fiona Dourif, Brad Dourif's own daughter. And let the Michael Myers fanatics say this: they didn't even really show how Chucky came back. He was just back, out of nowhere. No stitching together, no nothing. He's just back. What they tried to do with this movie is Don Mancini took all the previous shit from the original movie and recycled it into this one. That's all he did. And Chucky's dialogue was horrible. All he did was talk in circles, trying to be scary. You didn't sound scary, you sounded like a fucking idiot. I'll be the bad guy. If the Michael Myers fanatic has to be the bad guy, he'll be the bad guy. He doesn't mind being the bad guy. He's been the bad guy ever since he came onto YouTube. This movie was ass. It really was. Shout out to my producer, Mr. Creepshow09. It sucked. He tried too hard to be scary. He wasn't scary, he was just annoying. The little girl says, "I'm scared." He says, "You fucking should be." Don't try to step to us like you're a straight up G, because you got your ass kicked by an 8-year-old kid. So back down. Fall back. Chill out. Don't try to act like you're hard in this movie, because you're not. Because Andy Barkley whooped that ass in the first 3 movies. So back off. The house that they were living in The Curse of Chucky, they tried their hardest to make it look creepy. And by the way, Nica's mom died mysteriously, and they didn't know how she died. It was just a pool of blood. Nica's in a wheelchair, by the way. And it turns out that Nica's family actually knew Charles Lee Ray. And Charles Lee Ray was like some sort of psychotic, hippie-looking dude. That's the way they portrayed him in this movie. So now suddenly, he's not pure evil. He was mentally ill. That's the way they portrayed him in this, when they showed the flashbacks. And he was at some kind of party or picnic or whatever it was. And that's when Barbara, or whatever her name is, she met him. It's too many characters in this movie to remember. Apparently, he was obsessed with some girl named Barbara, or whatever her name was. So, he killed her husband and took her. So he kidnapped her. And then she got pregnant with Nica. He stabbed her in the stomach so she was bound to a wheelchair. The house looked creepy. So when the Michael Myers fanatic first saw this movie, he said, okay, this is what they're going to do. Basically, Chucky's going to pick off everyone in the house one by one. It wasn't that hard to figure out. I hate people that act like they're so tough when they're really not. This bitch wants to run around like he's king of the mountaintop and he got his ass kicked by a little kid. Fuck out of here. Don't act hard now. Michael Myers never got his ass kicked by a little kid. Jason never got his ass kicked by a little kid. Freddy didn't even get beat up by a little kid. But you did. Now all of a sudden you're hard in this movie? I don't think so. I hated this movie. They tried too hard making him scary. There's one scene where he stabbed somebody in the eye and threw their eye downstairs. It wasn't scary. I jumped once, but the only reason I jumped was because I was already in a dark room and I heard a loud noise. If you were in a dark room and you heard a loud noise, you would jump. It was a natural reaction. Shit was whack. He killed everybody that lived in the house with Nica. He electrocuted Jill by kicking over the bucket and water was in it. So her computer got electrocuted while she was video chatting. And now basically they're saying on Wikipedia that they're gonna make more movies and the Curse of Chucky reignited the franchise for years to come. Who's gonna wait that long? And he used rat poison at the beginning of the movie. So you mean to tell me with all this technology that he has at his disposal for 2013, he chooses rat poison? And why the fuck did he wait so long to kill people? And what's with the lesbians? Really? Lesbians? I don't care what John Ferreira says. That's not sexy. That's just gross. That movie was gross when they did the lesbian scene. And they had the minister or the priest or whatever he was. With him being a priest, I kind of figured he was going to be there for a supernatural reason. But nope. He was just there to say, oh, Nica, don't worry. I know your mother's dead and you're in the house all alone. But you know, everything's going to be alright, even though you can't walk and can't defend yourself. And by the way, why would he try to transfer his soul into the body of a little girl? Don Mancini, what was wrong with you when you were writing this one? Were you that desperate for another movie that you just pulled this script out of your ass? John Ferreira told me, he said, what you think you know, you don't. No, John, no. That's not the case. Now they're saying in so many words that the reason Chucky is after this new family is because Barbara is kidnapping victim. And she snitched on him and told that he was the one doing the killings. That's how Detective Mike Norris found out that it was him. That's why he got shot. That's why he transferred his soul into a doll. So you mean to tell the Michael Myers fanatic that after 25 years, the big secret behind the Chucky murders is that he was snitched on? So he got butthurt? That's the big secret? Someone snitched on you? So you had to get revenge on the people that snitched on you or whatever. It's a stupid motive. That's his motive? That's his motive. They should have just kept it mysterious. It was better off when we really didn't know why he was killing all those families that he mentioned. And then he said Andy was a whiny bitch. Andy was the whiny bitch? Who was the one always screaming when you got beat up in every movie? You were. Who was the one whining about the fact that they couldn't get out of the body? You were. But he's the whiny bitch? Please. Andy was the best thing that ever happened to that franchise. Long story short, at the end of the movie, after Chucky killed everybody, he framed Nica and the cops think she did it. Wow, that's such a cliche ending. I knew that was going to happen. Let the Michael Myers fanatic ask you a question. She can't even walk. So, if she can't walk, how did she get up to get all the fucking weapons? How did she get up to get the axe? How did she get up to get the rat poison? But you think she did it. You had exactly 8 years to think about a script. And this is the best you came up with. And I thought they were supposed to be rich. Did you see this house? It looked like it was a house that a monster lived in. It looked like Dracula lived in this house. He tried to make the house look scary on purpose. He just tried way too hard. That's the whole point. So now, the whole thing is because Chucky was snitched on. So he retaliated by killing people that had nothing to do with it. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So they're basically saying that when he was killing Andy Barkley and the rest of them, he was looking for this other woman the entire time. And at the end of the movie, when the police think Nica did it, Chucky's just sitting in the chair. Great. I'm done with this piece of shit. Curse of Chucky. I'm the Michael Myers fanatic. I approve this message. This movie sucked. I'm gonna buy it because of the franchise, and I'm a completist. But it sucked. And now, all of a sudden, Chucky has been diagnosed with suffering from completion anxiety. Now he's just another mental patient. Whatever. I'm out. Bye.